देखो क्या है कल basically so sorry I'm just so excited because yesterday's salad was a mega hit. Everything about it was awesome. So it was basically a lot of these orange fellows. We still don't know what they're called, and I'm hoping that Brian joins in today. Brian, if you're anywhere near in the vicinity, please join. I've got some fascinating stories about the pyramids. You will be very surprised. If you don't, I'm sure you've heard of it. You've heard pyramids ऐसे हैं, वैसे हैं, ये हैं, वो हैं. You probably don't know this, that the three main pyramids, they form the three stars in the Orion's belt. There's a lot. There is a whole celestial level combination that's going on. Amazing. Amazing. But also what is amazing is the salad that happened yesterday. So that was pineapple, kiwi. It was called Tang-zi. तो आज Tang-zi का encore है. Encore मतलब repeat है फिर से second time, right? I'm going to stick to Hindi. I'm sorry. If you have just joined in, please come say hi. So I know you've joined the stream. Otherwise, I do not come to know that you have joined the stream. Today is about the pyramids. Pyramids. Egypt में जो pyramids हैं, what the hell is? Why are they so famous? There are a few things which you need to know. Okay, some amazing data. There are 120, 130, 38, I think, if I'm not wrong. They're half finished, half broken, all along the Nile in that strip. Actually, it's very interesting. The dry part where the pyramids are is separated from the green part with the river. So I've got a couple of interesting stories, but I want you to stay busy with some video footage also that I have got. So maybe you can have a look at that while I go arrange myself and get ready. So the idea is, see, what's really cool about them. First, yeah, the mathematical precision is there. That is all understood. But there is more to it, okay? There is a whole story of why they came about. The why is the part which is interesting. So they're saying that they had it's a burial tomb, right? No, there are no bodies inside. Acha, they said that this might be, okay, how are they made? They took it inclined plane. The best example of, by the way, this mirchis come from the rooftop, okay? It's smelling amazing. There's inclined plane. How did they take such, each rock, each stone, the Great Pyramid. So there are three, I think, कैसे हैं तीनों नाम? I forget the name. Khofu, Kefu, Khurfuru, something, and then something I'm seeing. Merikera. I think the third one is M. I forget, I'm sorry. There are three basically who are the largest, and these three represent the star positions in Orion. That's a constellation in the sky, star constellation. Now here is where it gets really cool. The Great Pyramid of Giza is pointing north. Half a degree accuracy. जो आपका कंपास है ना फोन पे, that can't match up. I'm not making it up. Can you believe? Cool, no? Yeah, so I've got some very interesting insights on. Let me first remember, did I put garlic? Did I put ginger? I put ginger, right? I think I should add ginger. Ginger also goes very well with fruits. It brings out a wonderful flavor. It's got, you and I hope you remember, what is ginger called in Sanskrit? What is it called? Shringanaver. This is that leftover chili from yesterday. So yesterday's salad was a super duper hit. It was so good that I am going to make it again. Yeah. This time I'm going to add an apple though. Why? I think it required a little crunch. See, this is what happens when you don't sharpen blade. You're not going to get the results. How do you do this with the human brain? You sleep. So I hope, Brian, you've joined in. If you are planning to join in, if you're here, please come. We've got some interesting conversations to do regarding the pyramids. You asked me a question yesterday, right? And that got me thinking. I took that down, and I've got some notes for you. When you join in, just come say hi and we'll chat then. Whoever else has joined in, please come say hi. What's happening? How's your life? What's new this Monday morning? How do we know each other? Tell me this. And you can, okay, you can share with me when you meet me, but maybe here you can tell me how do you know me? I can't be a random person who you know and you just show up to their live stream. Maybe I'm fishing for compliments. Possible. Anyway, so today's story is about pyramids. No, I'm not talking about neural signaling today. I can if you want to. But I think you've already heard about it, right? So I've got some fascinating stuff. So here's something gossipy. Okay. What have we seen? We have seen that they there are masters who are whipping these slaves who are pushing rocks up an incline to make the pyramid. This is the imagery that we have seen. That's hardly what was going on. These were some of the best engineers that were hired. And what were they promised? Bread and beer. Pizza and beer. Startup culture. Yeah, cool, huh? So they were basically hiring, there was a startup culture. They were hiring the finest engineers, the finest builders in the land, and getting them to build these structures called what we call pyramids. Now the question is, why were they building it? No, there are no dead bodies inside. They are not tombs. There are no people who have been buried, any kings or ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But what's going on? What is strange, what is awesome about these pyramids? There is a lot that is awesome. Mathematically, there is a lot that is awesome. But there are a couple of conspiracies that are going on. First is the principal one. How did they make them? That obviously everybody is concerned about. Have you seen? Okay, stick around. I'll show you the video at the end of it of flotation, ideas of flotation. How they carried rocks up that incline and set them in place, and how they are set so beautifully in place. I mean, you have to admit, right? Picking up heavy objects and putting them in place is not easy. I have made a little hash out of the ginger because it slipped out of my control, which is an illusion. Sorry. I'll just quickly get the ginger done. Then I'll have more attention for you because this is where I can actually slice my finger. I don't want to do that. I'm sure you also don't want me to do that. Or maybe you do. Blood sports, that's the new thing. I'm telling you, we are waiting for it. Like the Romans, they used to love watching people die in the amphitheater. Animals die. Animals kill men. Men kill animals. There were never women. There were no women gladiators. I mean, I could be wrong in my history study. There must be some women who would want to do that job. And there must be. But let's face it, not every one of us is born in the same brain body ratio, gender connection. You know what I'm saying? There's a guy called Gustav Jung. Carl with a C. Carl Gustav Jung. Gustav, Gustav, Jung, Jung. Sorry, man, I didn't name him. That's how his name is. Carl Gustav Jung. This fellow has written about what is called anima and animus. Yeah, you can read up on it. It's pretty cool. Anima and animus is, hey man, Brian, what's up, bro? I was waiting for you. See what I have for you today. Check this video out. See this. I think you will find this very interesting. Just see this. Yeah. I've got some fascinating gossip around these things that occupy part of the Nile, which is incidentally one of the first rivers where we supposedly found agriculture. So the pyramids are actually very interesting. I'm sure I'm so sorry, I have not visited them yet. I want to. It's one of those cultures that really, I think we are all mesmerized by the Egyptians. They've got fascinating stuff. Meow meant cat. Yes. Of course, holographic movies have also kind of enriched that whole experience, right? We've become slaves to the story of Egypt and the story of the phoenix. Just a second. Let me just put the bowl back. I'm putting the empty bowl in the freezer. So what I have for you. So I'll tell you a couple of data points first. Things that you know, please share with me. Things that I don't know, I'll share with you. In the Great Pyramids, there is a part where through a window they can see the Orion's belt perfectly mapped to the window. And the height of the pyramids has gone down by a few centimeters. Its original height was 4 or 5 centimeters, I think higher, or 4 or 5 meters higher. I'm sorry, I could be wrong. I don't know how they did this. I know that they've been tracking muons. Have you heard of the muon story? Okay, one thing at a time. Let's first get started with this. So today I'm making, yesterday's Tang-zi was so good and so popular that I'm making it again. So I'm just going to add chili, ginger, three types of chilies. Only one of them has come from the market. A lot of basil. I will slice this into small bits. I will add the cider. I will add kakvi. I hope you get a chance to tell them, the founders of the business. They're wonderful guys. They've done a good job. They're farmers' kids, and they're promoting the ecosystem, and they're helping the farmer get back on his feet and get premium for his produce. And their products are good. They pay attention to quality. Tell me how their support is for North America. They're one of the few companies that's selling food from India to North America. Yeah, they're pretty cool that way. Let me just finish this basil. Oh, Brian, you love this. So, what is the image we've seen? We've seen this imagery where they show people whipping these slaves who are pushing large rocks up an incline and trying to build the pyramid. That's the visual that we have seen, and the movies have kind of pushed that idea over to us, right? That's not what was going on. They were hiring some of the best engineers, the best mathematicians, the best thinkers of that land, and promising them what? Pizza and beer. Yeah, wheat. They were giving them bread and beer. Where else do you see this happening? Very close to you. I sent them an email to see if they can ship to US. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate that. So their founders, I met their founders at the farmers market in Bombay. When you are in India, I'll take you around. You should make a trip in winters. That's the time to come to India. Summers, well, you are in LA, so you may not die. But Indian summers are brutal. Yes, they truly are, bro. I mean, we Indians get fed up of this, so you can imagine how bad they are. I've not seen Africans get so upset about it though. The African tribe is like, nice weather. No, that has nothing to do with the color of their skin before you judge. I'll tell you a very interesting way. It's actually been expressed really well by this author called Bill Bryson. He's written a book called The Human Body, okay? So in a cadaver, they're doing post-mortem on a body, and the doctor takes out half an of skin and shows it to the author and tells him, this is where all our color sits, skin color. So all this judgment that we have for people, it's just barely half an. It's just how our skin treats the sun. No, genetics can differ. The genealogy will still differ, but I'm talking about color of skin. We've kind of come to this conclusion that race is only color of skin, right? Now that so much has intermingled, it'll be good to see what music comes out next. You heard of this guy called Lyrics? What is LB? He's a rapper. He's an Asian rapper. He's got an interesting take on his story. Lyrics begin? Lyrics? Psh, I forgot, man. I'll send you. I'll forward it to you. Ooh. Okay. So today's highlight background. So coming back to the story of the pyramids, right? So that is the first part of the story. So their work culture was not what we have seen in the movies and we have seen in the visuals. They were not brutal people. They were not trying to hurt their community. This setup, the question really is, why were they building these pyramids? They're not tombs. Lyrics? Lyrics Born. Yeah, bro, that's the one. Lyrics Born. Check out this rapper called Lyrics Born. Born, B-O-R-N. Lyrics, Born. Yeah. He's an Asian guy. Everybody, you'll be confused. You'll be wondering what ethnicity does he belong. That'll be the first thing, and that's actually what he writes about. People asking him, "What were your parents eating?" Yeah, Chinese, Asian, everything mixed. And this is so good. This fruit is just amazing. Let me just peel all of them and then I'll cut. Yeah, so now it's your turn, man. Tell me something about the pyramids that I don't know. Then I'll lead you on to the secret. That's actually the highlight of what I found today. It's a video, it's an animated. I'm sure you guys must have seen it. It's a video that that shows how they used flotation to get the rocks up there and then set them in place. Have you seen that? Okay, if you've not seen, just stick around. I have that video on my list. I'll play that later. And they are fascinating, okay? These pyramids, they have all the makings of a Hollywood flick, which is probably why they've been made so many times. So much of the content has been created using wood, man. This fruit is like, it doesn't give up. It's relentless. It won't allow me to cut through it, man. Look at the juice that's coming out of it. It's pouring, flying everywhere, squirting everywhere. What I say? Yeah, you had a 10-hour game show? That's what I read. For the rest of you, yeah, Brian, who's here, the mentalist, he had a 10-hour game show. 10 hours! Man, I won't be on my Xbox for 10 hours. I can't. I don't know how you did this. How do you manage? 10 hours? I can't sleep for 10 hours. And that's when I love sleeping. I've fallen in love with sleeping now, till I didn't know what it was. I used to abhor it. I never enjoyed sleeping. I used to be wasting time. Whoa. So this was what I just did is horrible. You saw what I did? This knife was slipping down and I pushed my hand and I tried to catch it. If you're going to do woodworking and you're working with chisels, don't ever do this. A falling chisel should not be caught. A falling knife should not be caught. It's the worst injury that you can get. I have been cut by a Victorinox and I can tell you this. The scar will not go. And you can lose your finger. It is meant to do that. These are knives that will cut through meat. They might hit your bone, but by then you'll start screaming with pain so much that you may not recognize and may not realize. Lots of coffee to stay focused. That's interesting. Caffeine to stay focused on the game. So tell me more about the game. What is the game like? What do you got to do? How many players? You're sitting all like around on a table, like a poker thing going on, and everybody's you're betting on cards because you're going to put together 50 cards. You told me, if I'm not wrong. You take your stash of 50, or you just kind of collect them as the dealer starts to deal it out. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be. I just don't know how this works, and I'm very keen to know. In India, cards are a big thing in India, man. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you have been told this. Playing cards, these 52 cards, I think it's the British that brought it down. And I could be wrong about it, but I think it is them who brought it here. And it is very, very famous. I mean, if you travel by train, the Indian Railways, I don't know if recently I've not been seeing it. Actually, recently everybody's on their phone all the time. That's the only difference that's happened. Otherwise, to spend time, you actually find people on the train. That was the way you used to pass time. You don't do that in planes. I know. Snooty rich people travel by planes. That's why, bro. Yeah, that's how it used to be. You travel in a bus or in a state transport and you won't be hungry. Some lady or some gentleman who's opened up a box of food that they got from home, they'll give it to you. Yeah, things are changing though. As I'm saying it, I'm realizing things are changing. Because what's going to happen is he's going to soon be hungry. Everybody's going to eat from his poor fellow's stash. The world's changing, isn't it? Yeah, well, when the right time comes. In Hindu mythology, there is a story of Krishna. You heard of Krishna? I'm sure you must have heard of Krishna. He's popular. So he is called the change agent. He brought the change. He changed the yug from what was the yug of awesomeness to the yug of the end, the full stop, which is what is going on right now. And oh, interestingly, these pyramids come from that same period. They're around about the same time, 4,000 years before Jesus from Mexico. Man, he was the smartest marketer alive. You'll agree, right? I don't know if it was him really, but I'm sorry, are you a Christian? I don't mean to make fun of the religion in any way. I'm so sorry. I generally don't have any hatred toward. I think all religions are awesome. They teach the same thing. It's those humans in between who have caused the problem. Yeah? It's very different than poker. It's a one-on-one battle, okay? The decks are 50 cards. Most of them are minions, similar to chess pieces. TCGs are combinations of chess and poker. Oh, so it's like a turn-by-turn thing, which you got to play, just like cards. But you got to take your 50 and defeat the other. And do you do this? Can this be done online? I've never. Can you believe this? I play a lot of games, and I have never heard of this. The card. I'm definitely going to check this up. Is there a live stream or something that I can see, so I can get a chance to see what is the game like? And what is it? Is it based on luck, skill? What is the? Is it mathematics? Are you doing computation? What are you doing? What ensures that you win? I'm so sorry. I'm behaving like a science guy, but that's what I'm trying to get to. How do you build a computer that doesn't lose? Is there a way you can build a machine that doesn't lose? Does that even happen? I doubt it. I think that's what is the fun of playing the games, right? I mean, you don't want to play. If you play computer games, you know what I'm talking about. Very hardly would you play against the computer. In the world of mobile games, on the games on the phone, they built up a whole new category called MLM. It's called multi-level multi MOM, massively online multiplayer. Sorry, my bad. MOM. Got it. The MOM story was rigged. So you're not playing with humans, as unlike what you thought you were. So maybe that is where this is coming from, and I'm sure this must be quite a popular game. As in, there must be a bunch of people who will be playing this in a large hall or something, like a convention center. Then it must be a lot. There must be a lot of Chinese. They are our neighbors, bro. I know them. They love to play these competitive things. No, they don't play soccer. They don't play boxing. Yeah, they can kick your ass in all the martial arts, but they play the sports that they know they're really going to win. Of course, we are getting there. Indians are now playing sports. Yeah. In the handicapped versions, we already are there, halfway there. So that leads me to an interesting question for all of you. Should competition sports like Olympics, should it be in the nude? There was a proposal. I'm not the first guy to propose this. And I think it was passed because Spartan women had no problem. It was the Greek population that said, Haji Paji. All animals roam nude all the time. But Sparta is a crazy place. Okay, someday I will tell you the story of Sparta also, maybe one day. Yeah. Spartans are, it's their way of living. Man, we've only seen a fraction of it in the movie. Gerard Butler. Berard Jutler. Berard Jutler. Sounds as same as Gerard Butler. I mean, might as well be called Berard Jutler. Berard Jutler. Sorry, man, I'm just running out of humor right now because the smell of this fruit is getting to me. I've not eaten anything since morning, and I'm really hungry. Food is Sparta was savage. Yeah, man. Sparta is a whole new world. I'm dying to get somebody make another movie on them. I'll tell you something interesting about Sparta, okay? Something that just came up in my mind. So the Olympics are going on, and all the people from all over Greece are invited to come and participate. And Greece's neighbor, Sparta, they send in their contingent. Their contingent is filled with women who are wearing small clothes and, stretching them about. Now, obviously, in the stadium, you can't see people with their who's hanging out, but the idea bothered somebody called Aristotle. And this fellow had a lot to say. He went on to make tall claims about the women and their honorable methods, so much so that they banned these women from participating. It was like a dress code because the women were like, hey, listen, how does it matter? All of us look the same when we are without clothes. It's like you guys think that you look different and you look special. You don't. Everyone looks the same. Well, as the genders I'm talking about. Maybe no, women don't look bad. Men all look the same. Okay, they don't look all the same. Fine, man. Controversial. No, what I was trying to get to was that Aristotle had so much to say. That's why the story of Sparta has got disappeared. The whole story of matriarchy. That's the idea. Patriarchy and matriarchy, neither of these are oppressive. And yesterday I saw a very interesting video. The reason why men fear matriarchy is because in somewhere in the back of their mind, they feel that they will be treated the way they treat women. You getting it? I was like, yo, that's some psychology. There's some people who are studying too much. Maybe they're just free. I'm saying, man, grow your own food, go trekking, camping, swim, run. Spend your time doing that. Studying the human species, the human brain, that's never going to end. Believe it's just, and humans, we don't just want to study our brains. We want to study everybody's brains, all the animals, fishes, birds. They figured out that a bee has 960,000 neurons. That's a lot of work. Which hypothesis are you talking about? I've got a lot of interesting hypotheses. Hypotheses. What is the plural of hypothesis? Hypotheses? Hypothesis. What is the plural of hypothesis? Please, somebody help me. What is the plural of hypothesis? Hypotheses. That's just another way of saying it. Hypothesis is plural is hypothesis. 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 Man, this is bothering me now, right? I can't look up Google. So could you do me a favor, please, Brian? What is the plural of hypothesis? There has to be a word, right? That means unless you're expected to not have more than one hypothesis at a time. Because that's just cruel. Even Einstein wrote 4 papers. Well, he just wrote only 4. That's different. But my producer's here. He's basically come to check how much longer are you going to chop this so that we can get started. His lunch is on the line for this. Till I don't finish my chopping, he doesn't get his lunch. So, well, that's part of the deal we made. No, man, then he'll eat. Then when I'll eat the salad, he'll be staring at my face. He also wants to eat that also. So there's a little hack. It works. But if you can hear him, he's sitting here. There you. Are you hearing that? I'm telling everybody that you're crying. Cats and dogs, they come from the same animal, okay? Cats are terrible. They'll start wailing like babies, like newborn babies, and they will make you feel so bad till you don't feed them. Luckily, I've become all iron-willed now. So I'm like, whatever. He will also keep howling louder. Want to eat some apple? Come, you eat some apple. Come here. You eat some apple. Dogs can eat all fruits. There is no such thing that dogs can't eat. What is a dog called in Sanskrit? Do you know, Brian? In Sanskrit, what is a dog called? Kukuraha. No, I'm not swearing at someone. Kukuraha. 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 Raha means single dog. Kukur means multiple dogs. And this is the pineapple. Look at this way they cut it. I didn't do this. The guy I buy it from, he does this and gives it to me. So, well, I know for sure that I'm buying something really, really fresh. I'll just take a little bit. I don't think I should take too much of the pineapple. It will bring the house down on the sourness, because this pineapple is also not very sweet. You want to eat pineapple? Okay, I'll give you. Wait. Let me cut now. Hold on. Don't create pressure. Try. Wow, he ate it. I didn't know that you were going to eat this. You'll try one more? I'll put a freedom camera. Actually, he doesn't like to be on camera, man. That's his. I don't know what's his thing. He just hates to. What happened? What happened? I'll put up a camera and show. You're okay? What's your problem? All right, we'll jump onto the vinaigrette next quickly. Man, I'm not making this up. 20 minutes is where my patience runs out. And you know what? How ghrelin works? There is a word called hangry. You heard of the word called hangry? There is a connection of hunger with anger. They're trying to evaluate this. I've also not finished reading the paper, but there is some connection, and that connection is made because of ghrelin. Ghrelin is it. It's a raising of your cortisol to force you to stop doing what you're doing and pay attention to the fact that your ghrelin levels are rising, which means you need to now start looking for food. It's a very, very powerful force that starts to build up inside the body. It's like a bowel movement. You've got to stop doing what you're doing and you've got to go take a pee. Interestingly, the bowel movement story, women can hold their pee for a long, long time. They say that's because of the sphincter. I don't think it's biological. I think there is some pituitary action going on. Man, those women's brains are wired differently. I'm sure you know this already, right? Yeah. That's why they are different. They're better, I would say. Obviously, I'm a farmer, I'm a mother. I'm watching for it. The woman is the better animal by miles. It's just unfortunate that not all of them are realizing this, to be honest. So this is called munakka. Munakka is like a grape. It is actually a grape only, but it's got seeds in it. This is walnut. This goes very well with all salads. And this is strawberry. This is strawberry that I chopped up and sun-dried last year. Yeah, this is almost a year old now. It's very nice. It's got a sweet, sari, chewy texture. Very nice. Right? All of this is done. I'm making my dip. This is my kaibin. I'll add this to the last. Let's first finish off the dry herbs. There's going to be oregano. There's got to be some balsamic. Where does this come from? Which part of the world does balsamic come from? I don't know this. I don't know this. It's an Italian thing. Italians also make good food, man. Considering that the pizza has their flag in it, it speaks volumes of how obsessed they are with food. I've only had a chance to meet one Italian in my life during my travels, and he was funny. Well, he was more than just funny. There were many things but I'd rather not. If you've met an Italian, you know what I'm talking about. Scusi. Scusi moi. This is brag. The citrusness, sorry, not citrusness. When you are dealing with citrus fruits, stay away from lemon. This is what I learned. I learned the hard way. Lemon just amplifies everything. So cider is a good alternate. Some pepper. And then goes this gorgeous, gorgeous cayenne butter. I'm calling it cayenne butter. It's the fats that get settled to the bottom after I do the fresh pressing. They get settled to the bottom, and man, the flavor in this is just spectacular. Tastes so good. Kofu, that's the guy. There are three of them. Kofu, something something, and Makbara or something like that. Funny name. You check out the Saqqara. The Saqqara is the oldest one. You know, that's not the Great Pyramid of Pizza. Look at me. I'm saying it's the Great Pyramid of Giza. That's not the oldest one. The oldest one is the Saqqara, and that's the fellow that has the step, and that's causing all the confusion. And what's happening is, what I know from someone I know, an Egyptian, what I know from them is the government of Egypt has put an embargo on the exchange of information that goes in and out of Giza. So if you want to learn something about Giza, you go there, and you've got to really dig through and meet the people who are going to share it, because they don't want to share this information out. That's why there's no books being written. Very few people get access to this stuff. They're all spread away. That's what I've heard. It's a massive piece of land. It's all the best if you want to roam through the desert. It's time to get started with the mix. The mix. I was thinking I'm going to add some sesame oil also, but I think I'll skip that today. The only new thing that I've added today is apples. Apple. So let's see if the same flavors hit again. This fruit is just gorgeous. Right, check this out, man. Are you able to see this? You know, the smells are wafting through straight in my mouth. I'm going to start drooling into this. Relax, you're not eating it. You can go make your own salad bowl to drool into. This is mine. The spoon is a little too big, and I will I know what's missing. Can you guess? All of you watching, can you guess? What am I missing? Black salt. I've been saying this from day one. Black salt is the way to do this. Yeah, this is going to complete the picture. Black salt is gorgeous, man. It's just the, when you're making a fruit salad, get that black salt. You will find the gifts. So how did the game go? Who won? Who lost? Did you win any cash? Man, bro, Brian, I'm telling you, if you could be here to taste this, this tastes very good. Must try. So 2-3 things that have gone really well. The first is fresh basil. The freshness of the leaf, amazing. The fruit itself, this mandarin, tangerine, I don't even know what's called, and I will never know. Amazing. The kiwi, wow. The chili, man, so many layers of flavors. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And of course the pineapple. As I've always maintained, every salad should have pineapple. Check this out. Amazing. I'll see you again tomorrow, 12:30, with a brand new effort. See you, bye.